Alright, welcome aboard to my channel, Socialists Are Stupid. Today we'll be going over something slightly a little different. I wanted to talk about the Washington Swamp's endless spending, because there's a lot of it. First thing I wanted to do is talk about this band. Somebody was asking me about the purple band that that they have been seeing on my wrist, and that's a medical band. It's because I have a internal IV port stuck surgically put in underneath my skin. I use it a lot for cancer patients now, and so it's a lot easier for my chemo. So they're not busting my veins all the time and scarring them and everything else. And there's underneath that port, it's just a little pillow basically, they call it, and they just poke right into it. It doesn't hurt at all. And there's a little tube that runs into my neck and then goes in and is hooked inside the main artery that goes to my heart. So I guess it mixes the chemicals better. And so it works really great. You don't feel the big hard hits all the time, so it's kind of nice. I was going to say something else about that, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, let's go through a couple of things that are happening today that I saw. Consumer confidence is up 16%. That's pretty cool. Do you expect to be better or worse off financially? This one's about 62% positive. It's going to be better, 16% worse, because look at all the jobs that are coming out now. 7.3 million job openings in 2017 is an all-time high since 2000, since the year 2000. 382,000 construction jobs. That's because the market's coming back. Companies are coming back. Small businesses are coming back. So there'll be a lot more money rolling so the Washington Swamp can blow it. Let's see, 356 current miles of actual permanent walls. Now, I even heard it on Fox. Some idiot actually said, one of the main reporters said that we're not currently actually building any walls. And that's a flat-out lie. Let alone CNN and all them other guys saying. You can find YouTube videos of guys running drones over them, over the brand new, some of the walls that are being built. So apparently we may only get 1.7 billion instead of the 5.7, but that'll give us another 50 miles. So that would give us over 400 miles of good fencing. I'm wondering if Trump's gonna, because as I go through some of these budgets, the crazy amount of money that they spend, there's what's called discretionary spending. I think he's going to be able to dig into legally. So it's probably what he's going to do if he don't get all his money or don't get too close to it. But if not, at least it's more. We've already had several billion put into the walls, $1 billion or $2 billion last year. Can't remember what it was. So they're already getting going. So we spend $4 trillion every year, but yet we only make their revenue, the money that they take in, is only 3.3. So you're talking about $700 billion short currently. I was going to break down some of these. See, I spent $375 billion on mandatory and discretionary spending, Medicaid, education, transportation. $590 billion on the defense budget. I think it's more this year. $591 billion on Medicare. We get more people that want to work, should go back to work, and we could cut back on this tremendously. I know there are people that need it, of course, but there are probably millions of people that just don't want to work, and so they're getting this free money, and we got to get that out. That's a socialist belief. $610 billion on non-defense related programs, transportation again, education, veteran benefits, housing assistance, there's space programs, the environment, technology. $614 billion mandatory government programs. Now this one didn't really add up. I couldn't find where they spend all this money. They use $70 billion for supplemental nutrition assistance programs. You know, the more people working, that should drop down. That's way too high. $31 billion for unemployment. That too should be falling. $163 billion for federal and civilian retirement. Now there's about $300 or $400 billion here that's missing from this, and I don't know where it goes. I haven't been able to find it, so I have to wonder. $939 billion in Social Security. The more people that are working will pay more into Social Security, so they shouldn't have to pay as much. into it. So that could be dropping right now. 263 billion pays the net interest on spending. Yeah, you spend more than you make, you got to get loans for it. You're gonna have to pay that interest, and so that's a tremendous amount of money that's just wasted. Can you imagine what we could do with that much money if we weren't blowing on interest payments? So that one's kind of crazy. So I'm going to go over some of the funny things, stupid things that Washington Swamp spends money on, and you're going to laugh at some of these. First, they spend $930 million on printing documents. You ever heard of going to computers? Because, you can spend a quarter of that on a mainframe and start putting this stuff into computers and stop printing things out. You whine about killing trees. $25 billion on maintaining unused or vacant federal buildings. Now, I found a couple different ones on this one. One of them was only estimated to be $1 billion, sorry. But still, if you've got all these government buildings you're not using or they're vacant, sell them, destroy them. I don't know. That's a serious waste of money. $146 million for federal employees to upgrade their flights to business class. And they kick people off of business class. I've seen that too, where they just kick you off of it. And that's a lot of extra money. I mean, these guys make good money. Most of them make like $170,000 a year. I think you can pay a little bit to upgrade that or something, or just ride coach like everybody else, most other people do. $100 million every 4 years for political conventions. Let's see. U.S. gives 96% of all countries on the planet money. It's about $35 billion. I'm pretty positive probably about 50% of those have a good enough country there where we don't have to be giving you money. That's pretty crazy. $35 billion. We could build a heck of a lot of miles of southern border wall with that. Let's see. $35 million for clinics that don't exist. I had to laugh at this one. What they do is criminals, they convince a bank to get a loan for a business. And as soon as they get the money, they disappear. So, and that's a waste of $35 million. What I could do with $35 million? That'd be awesome. $30 million to help Pakistani farmers produce mangoes. Really? Make your own damn mangoes. Why do we have to help you pay to make mangoes? $27 million to teach Moroccan. Shoot, I can't get this name. Moroccans. There we go, I got it. How to design and make pottery. Again, make your own damn pottery. That's stupid. Obama spent $20 million to help Indonesian students get degrees. And your Socialist Party is always talking about free college. We need money for free college. And you're giving it to another country. Really? This is money that could go to grants for students. $2.6 million to teach Eastern European countries how to balance their budget. Now, why are we doing that if we can't balance our own budget? How can you possibly teach somebody something if you don't know anything about it? Let's move on. $3 million to study video games. That's just ridiculous. $2.6 million on encouraging Chinese prostitutes to drink responsibly. We're paying China money to do this. You're going to see a bunch of these studies that are just dumb. Here's one. They spent $1 million to see if a mountain lion could run on a treadmill. Who cares if a mountain lion can run on a treadmill? $1 million a year for planned menus for Mars missions, food. We're not going to Mars, so why don't you just drop that one off? I could build 100 yards of fence on the southern border or something. $800,000 on Argentinians, drunk gay men, and Vietnam male prostitutes on their risky sexual behaviors. You gotta be kidding me. And there we go again, $800,000 to study the impact of genital washing programs. Why would you need $800,000 to study that? Any idiot knows how to wash their genitals. That's stupid. Okay, let's see this. They once spent $500,000 to paint a Chinook salmon on the side of a 737. Another waste of money. $300,000 on a study to find out what the first bird was on Earth. You know, I think scientists can be doing that without that $300,000. Somebody got a free house somewhere. $387,000 to see how rabbits respond to Swedish massages. I don't know what to say about that one. That's just, $175,000 to determine if cocaine makes Japanese quail have sexually risky behavior. $300,000 to see how many times a hungry person stabs a voodoo doll. Oh, hangry. That's hangry. You're hungry and you're angry, right? But why would you spend $300,000 to see how many times somebody would stab a voodoo doll? I mean, come on. $170,000 to study the gambling habits of monkeys. Now I looked this one up. It was they put a bunch of monkeys in it to see if they could comprehend it, and apparently they just have a ball doing it. Look no further than Las Vegas. Let's see. $600,000 to study why monkeys like to throw food and feces. So that's just dumb. Let's see. Pelosi once said, back in 2013, that spending wasn't a big deal and could be offset by raising taxes. Yeah, that's what all you socialists want to do. Keep raising taxes. We want to go the other way. Get more people to work. They pay more in taxes as a whole, both the company and the people. You will get more money. You will get more revenue. This isn't rocket science. It's just basic common sense thinking here. Let's see. She said it's almost a false argument to say we have a spending problem. Really? Talk about out of touch. Wow. She also said, referring to cutting $4 trillion budget back in 2013, she said the cupboard is bare. There is no more cuts that can be made. Yeah, there's cuts to be made. I just showed that there's a tremendous amount of wasteful money, wasteful spending. So that's what I want to go over today. Hope you guys learned something. Got a few laughs over their stupid spending. And we'll see you guys on the next one.